Students, and welcome in the online session of class 10th Science, Chapter 3, Light. In the past sessions, we have completed the topic spherical mirrors and both the types, convex and concave mirrors, and how the image is formed by convex mirror as well as concave mirror. Now, today we are starting with the new topic, that is spherical lenses. Then we'll see the different types of spherical lenses. Then we are going to discuss about some terms which are associated with the lenses, principal focus and focal length of convex lens, principal focus and focal length of the concave lens. And at last, we are going to study about the rules for formation of images by the convex lens. So students, let's begin with. Now, we are starting with spherical lenses. Okay. As spherical mirrors are part of the spheres, in the same way, spherical lenses are also part of the spheres. Let's see how. So, a spherical lens is a piece of a transparent refractive material. Remember that the material by which this spherical lens is made is transparent so that the light can completely pass through it. Please remember this, that a mirror has only one reflecting side and the other side is opaque. But in case of lenses, it should be made up of transparent material so that light can pass through it, because lenses are meant for refraction and mirrors are meant for reflection. Okay. Then second most important difference between a lens and a mirror is that a lens has two surfaces, whereas a mirror has only one reflecting surface. Okay, a mirror has only one reflecting surface, whereas a lens has two refracting surfaces. Okay, now often both the surfaces of the lens are spherical. Generally, both these surfaces are spherical in nature, but it can depend on the condition that whether both the surfaces should be spherical or not. Sometimes one of the side is plane side and the other one is spherical, or both the sides can also be spherical. Okay, so we'll see in the next slide how it looks like. Now, on passing through the lens, the light is refracted twice. Okay, why light is refracting twice now? Because the lens has two surfaces and refraction occurs at both the surfaces of the lens. Okay, now let's see the types of spherical lenses. So we have two types of spherical lenses. The first one is convex lens, and it is also known as converging lens. Please don't get confused. In case of mirrors, convex mirror was diverging mirror, but in case of lenses, convex lens is converging lens. The second type is concave lens. Concave lens is also called as diverging lens, as it diverges the rays of light. It distributes the rays of light. Okay. In the diagrams here you can see the first one is the concave lens and this other one is the convex lens. Okay. So you can remember the structures as it has two surfaces. This is surface number 1, this is surface number 2. So these are the two surfaces here. And here also this is surface 1, this is surface 2. Okay. Now how to remember the shapes? You can see here it is written with the cave in the middle. Concave has a cave in the middle. Okay, so the cave here is this side, this one. This is bended inwards. And in case of convex lens, both the surfaces are bulging outside, they are protruding outside, they are bent outside. Okay, so this is the structure for concave lens and this is the structure for convex lens. Fine. So let's move on to the next slide and see again the types of the lenses. So first one we have now only discussed convex lens, which is also called converging lens. So how to define the convex lens now? So the lens which is thick at the center and thin at the edges is called converging lens or the convex lens. So just see the diagram here. This lens is thick at the center. This is the center of the lens. So it is thick at the center and it is thin at the edges. You can see the edges here. Fine, the edges are very thin, but at the center it is very thick. Okay, so this shape is of convex lens. Then, and why we are calling it converging lens? Because it converges the rays of light, it combines the rays of light. Okay, now you can see here that in first diagram here both the surfaces are spherical. Okay, this is also spherical, this is also spherical. But in second case here, and you can see the names also here written. So the first one is called biconvex. What it is called? Biconvex. Means both the sides, both the surfaces are of convex shape. So it is called biconvex or simply convex lens. You can see the second diagram now. In the second diagram, it is written plano-convex. Plano-convex. Why it is written plano-convex? Because one side is convex and one side is plane. So it is written plano-convex. Okay. Then third type you can see here. This is written concave convex. Why it is written concave convex? Because you can see one side is concave, which is bend inward. Fine. This is bend inward, and this one is bulging outside. You can see here this side is bulging outside, so this is convex side, and this one which is bulging inwards, this is the concave side. This one is the concave side, so the name is concave convex lens. Fine. So as we have discussed that the lens has two surfaces, so in case of convex, if both the surfaces are bulging outside, then it is called biconvex. If one side is plane and the other side is bulging like this, it is called plano-convex. And if one side is concave, other one is convex, then it is called concave convex type of lens. Okay. So in convex lens, these three varieties are available. Now, let us see concave lens now. Concave lens is also called the diverging lens because it diverges, it distributes the rays of light. Now, how to define it? We can define it as the lens which is thick at the edges and thin at the center. So you can see the center, this is thin. If you see the edges, this is thick. Okay, you can compare these two. Okay, so the lens which is thin at the center and thick at the edges is called the concave lens. Okay, and the name, if both the sides are concave, you can see this side is also bend inwards, this side is also bending inwards. So the name here is biconcave or simply concave lens. Fine. Now, in the second structure, you can see what could be the name now? Can anyone tell? Yes, it is plano-concave. Why? Because one side is plane and the other side is concave shape. This one is the concave shape. So the name is plano-concave. And if you see the third diagram here, you can see that this side is bulging outside like this, and this one is the bending inward type. Okay, you can see the difference. There is little difference in this. Fine, you see clearly, you can see the difference. See, this is the bulging part and this is the exact concave shape, this one. So the name is convex concave, convex concave lens. Okay, so these varieties are available among the lenses. Now let's move on to the next slide, and we'll let us discuss some important terms which are related with spherical lenses. Okay. Now here you can see the diagram. With the help of this diagram, we will understand some of the important terms. So here you can see two spheres which are overlapping each other. This is sphere number 1 and this is sphere number 2. Now both the spheres are overlapping here. And you can see that due to this overlapping, a particular shape is formed in the middle. Okay, and you all can identify this shape very much. Yes, which shape it is? It is the shape of the convex lens. Okay, so when two spheres overlap in the middle, a convex lens is formed. Fine. Now you can see here C1 is written. Okay, as it is sphere number 1, so its center is called the center of curvature 1. So it is written C1. Okay. Now this is sphere number 2, so its center is written C2. That is center of curvature number 2. Fine. Now this is the first, here it is written, you can see here it is written first spherical surface. This is first spherical surface and this one is the second spherical surface. And you can also observe here that there is a point located in the center of the lens. So center of the lens is known as the optical center. Okay, and it is represented by the letter capital O. It is optical center. Fine. Now, as usual, as we have studied in case of mirror also, the line which passes through the center of curvature and center of the lens is known as the principal axis. Fine. And you can see that this line is joining both the center of curvatures, okay, as well as the center of the lens. Same case here, you can see now the second diagram this side, right hand side, that again two spheres are there. This is sphere number 1, this is sphere number 2. Okay, its center is C1, its center is C2. Now here you can see that these two spheres are not overlapping, but they are drawn very close to each other. So these two spheres are drawn very close. So when they are very close, a particular shape is again formed here. You can see what shape it is now. It is the shape of a concave lens. Okay, so this shape formed in the middle is the concave lens, means this is the first spherical surface which is a part of first sphere, and this side is the second spherical surface which is part of the second sphere. Okay, and here also the center of the lens is called the optical center, and it is denoted by the capital letter O. Okay, now uh, come to the definitions again. So first definition is aperture. Aperture you have studied in case of mirrors also, right? The width of the mirror, the diameter of the mirror is known as the aperture, and the same definition is with lens. So aperture is the diameter of the circular edge of the lens. Circular edge of the lens means this line, this vertical line which you can see here, this one is known as the aperture. This line shows the aperture. Here also you can see the line mm dash. Fine. And here you see the line LL dash. This is showing this width, this diameter is known as the aperture. Okay. Now the second definition is center of curvature. You all know it very well that the center of the sphere is known as the center of curvature. So a lens has two center of curvatures. Remember children, a mirror has only one center of curvature, but a lens has two center of curvature because a lens has two surfaces and both the surfaces are part of two spheric spheres. Okay, so a lens has two center of curvatures, one on the either side of the surface. In concave lens also you can see it also has two center of spheres, one on the one side and other on the other side of the surface. Okay, so two, whenever you will draw the ray diagrams you have to draw the two center of curvatures in case of lenses. Fine. Now the third term is principal axis. It is the imaginary straight line which is passing through the center of curvatures of the two surfaces and joining the optical center also. Fine. Then what is optical center now? Optical center is the center of the lens. Okay. Now next topic is the principal focus and the focal length of a convex lens first. Fine. Principal focus you have studied in case of mirrors also. So let us see what is the change in case of lenses now. So as we all know that in the lens there are two center of curvatures. Similarly, a lens has two focus points also, one on the either side of the surface. Fine. Now let us see what is the first principal focus. Just look at the diagrams also. So the first principal focus of a convex lens is the position of a point object on the principal axis of the lens for which the image formed by the lens is at infinity. Okay, so what is the meaning? That this point is f1. So it is the position of the point object. It is appearing that here is some object kept and many rays are coming out of the object and they are getting refracted through the lens and they go parallel like this, and somewhere at infinity the image will be formed. Okay, so this point position of the object is known as the first principal focus. Okay, And the second principal focus is what? Second principal focus of a convex lens is the position of an image point on the principal axis when the point object is situated at infinity. Okay, just try to understand the difference here, that if you see the first diagram here, here is the object. Okay, this is the object here, and the rays are coming out of the object and they are going parallel through the lens, and somewhere they will meet and the image will be formed. That means f1 is the position of the point object. In the second case, f2 is the position of the point image. Why we are saying it is the position of image? Because now the rays are actually meeting, and where the rays actually meet, just look at the direction of the light rays. From here the light rays are arriving and they are going straight, so they will meet somewhere at infinity and image will be formed at infinity. So this is the position of the object, and here you can see some parallel rays are coming from infinity and they are traveling, they are passing through the lens, and then they are meeting at one point f. Okay, so this is the second principal focus, and you can see this is the center of the lens. Now this center of lens, don't get confused students, in some of the books the center of the lens is denoted by the capital letter C. Okay, and in some you will find it as capital O, optical center. Fine, so don't get confused. But a lens has focus on both the sides. One focus is on left side, other focus is on other side. Fine. So one is known as f1 and the other one is known as f2. Okay. Now, as we have studied that this distance between focus point f to the center of the lens is known as the focal length, and it is denoted by small f. Okay, so this is f1. On one side it is f1. On the other side of the lens also you can see the distance between the center of the lens and the principal focus 2 is also known as the focal length. But now this is second, this is on the right side, so it is f2. On the left side you will always mark f1, and on the right side you will always mark f2. Okay, so what we studied, that a lens has two focus points, one on the left side, one on the other side. Okay, now let us move on to the next slide. Now principal focus and focal length of a concave lens now. Okay, now defining them is little difficult, otherwise drawing is not so difficult, but definition part you have to just remember with a trick. Now first, principal focus of a concave lens is the virtual position. Virtual, remember children, virtual means which is not real. Okay, so it is the virtual position of a point object on the principal axis of the lens for which the image formed by the concave lens is at infinity. Fine. So in the first diagram you can see that some rays are coming obliquely on the lens. They are coming obliquely, and after getting refracted through the lens they become parallel. They become parallel. So that means these rays are coming from the object which is kept somewhere at infinity, right? But we cannot show it right now here. Okay, but if you back extend these incident rays, if you back extend these incident rays, you will find that they appear to be coming from a point. They appear as they are coming from this point f. Okay, so this point f is, because the rays are not actually meeting, so this is the virtual position of the object as these rays were coming from the object, and if we extended them on the other side, they appear that they are coming from this point. So this point is known as the first principal focus, and it is called the virtual position of the object. Okay, now, where the image will be formed in this case? Now, after refraction, the rays have become parallel. And when the rays become parallel after refraction, now somewhere at infinity they will meet and the image will be formed at infinity. Fine. So, this is the first principal focus for concave lens. Fine. Now, let's see the second principal focus. So in case of second principal focus, you can see that the rays which are coming towards the lens, they are parallel. They are parallel. Here they were oblique, and after refraction they become parallel. But now what is the case? First, the rays which are coming, they are parallel to the principal axis, and after getting refracted they diverge. They are diverging. Now if you back trace these refracted rays back, then they appear that they have met at one point. So how we'll define now? So this second principal focus is the position of the image point. Now you can see here that you have back extended the incident rays, and incident rays always come from the object. So this is the position, virtual position of object. Now here you are back tracing the refracted rays, and refracted rays always make the image. Fine. So if you back trace the refracted rays, they appear to be coming from this point. So this position is of the image. Fine. And now when the object points, so if parallel rays are coming, that means object is at infinity. Object is at infinity, and image will be formed at this point, is this particular point in case of concave lens. So this point will be now f2. Okay. Don't worry if you can't learn the definitions as it is, make it short. Try to get the concept of it, and you can write in your own simple language also. Okay. Case is same, that in case of convex lens we have two focus points. In case of concave lens also we have two focus points, one on left side, other one on the right side. Okay. So a lens has always two center of curvatures and two focus points. Fine. And the same case here, distance between the center of the lens and the focus point is called the focal length, which is represented by f. So on one side it is f1, and on the other side this distance is called f2. Okay. Now let us move on and see the rules first for formation of images by a convex lens. Image formation we'll do in the next session, as all the cases we have to see together. So this session will be much lengthier. So I am just taking the rules for formation of images in this session. So first we'll start with the convex lens. Okay. So in case of convex lens, now what happens? What is rule number one? Rule number one is when a light ray is incident on the lens in a direction parallel to the principal axis. Okay, so we have taken a light ray which is parallel to the principal axis. Okay, so when it falls on the convex lens, naturally what will occur now? Refraction will occur. Light will bend because the medium is changing. Here air was the medium. When it enters the glass, transparent material of the lens, so light speed of light will change and light will bend like this. Okay, now, so after when a light ray which is parallel to the principal axis falls on the lens, it get refracted, and after refraction it passes through the focus point on the other side of the lens. Fine. Focus point, because why we are writing on the other side of the lens? Because there is a focus point on the same side also. Okay, but it will pass from the focus point which is present on the other side of the lens. Fine. So we are showing here now. I think this is clear to you all that focus. There are two focus of the lens. One on the either side. You have to show. Okay. If light ray comes from this side, if light ray comes from this side, then it would have passed through this focus point. Okay. Light can come from any of the side. So on both the sides, it has the focus point. So I think rule number one is clear, that whenever a ray of light which is parallel to the principal axis get refracted through the lens, it passes through the focus point. This is the rule, students. It cannot change. So you whenever you are tracing the images, you have to follow these rules. Okay. Now let's see the rule number 2. Rule number 2 is that whenever a ray of light which is passing through the center of the lens, you can see here this is the incident ray which is passing through the center of the lens. If any ray passes through the center of the lens, then it goes without any change. That means it has no effect on it. After refraction, it goes straight. Okay. Any ray which is passing through the center of the lens will go unrefracted or will go straight. Fine. If ray of light, this is one shown here, if the ray of light is coming from this side, suppose, and it is passing through the center of curvature, okay, so it will go straight like this. Fine. I'm sorry, it's not very straight, but it's only for you to explain. Okay, suppose the light of ray is coming from this side and it will pass through the center of curvature, so it will go straight like this. there will be no change in the direction. There will be no bending. Fine. So this is rule number 2. Now, rule number 3. Now, whenever a incident ray passes through the focus point. Now you can see a light ray is coming from this side and it passes from the focus point. So any ray, if it is coming from the focus point, gets refracted from the lens, then it becomes parallel to the principal axis. After refraction, it becomes parallel to the principal axis. This is just opposite of rule number 1. In rule number 1, a parallel ray was coming and after refraction, it passes through focus. But in rule number 3, a ray is passing through the focus and after refraction, it becomes parallel to the principal axis. Fine. So this is rule number 3. Okay, so there are these three rules are there for image formation by convex lens. These three rules we have to follow and the image formation by the convex lens can be easily understood. Just have a quick look on the rules again. So in rule number 1, a parallel ray passes through the lens and after refraction pass through principal focus on the other side. Then in rule number 2, a ray of light passes through the center of curvature and it goes straight. There will be no refraction. And in rule number 3, if a light ray passes through the focus, then after refraction it becomes parallel. Okay. So these three rules we have studied. Okay. So we have come to the end of the session. So let us see what we have done today. We have discussed what are spherical lenses. Why we are calling them as spherical? Because they are part of a sphere. They are part of actually two spheres. Okay. In convex lens, the two spheres were overlapping and in the middle convex lens shape is formed. In case of concave lens, the two spheres are very close to each other and at the center that shape is formed. Means both the surfaces of the lens are part of a sphere. Okay. Then two types we have studied. One is convex lens and other one is concave. Convex is the converging one here and concave is the diverging. Then we discussed some terms related with the lenses like aperture, center of curvature, optical center. Then we studied the principal focus and focal length. So in the lens, remember in mirror there is one focus point. Whereas in case of lenses, there are two focus points, one on the left side, other on the right side. Okay. And then we have discussed the rules for formation of images by concave lens. So three rules we have studied. I hope the rules are clear to you all. Image formation by convex lens will start in the next session. Do read the lessons please. If you have any doubts you can ask anytime. Okay, so we'll meet again. Till then, goodbye.